So I wanted to read an article by Rollo Tosi talking about genuine desire. And I want to talk about what that is. So this is called the desire dynamic. It's on therationalmale.com. You cannot negotiate desire. This is a very simple principle that most men and the vast majority of women are willfully ignorant of. One of the most common personal problems I've been asked for advice on the last 10 years is some variation of, how do I get her back? Usually this breaks down into men seeking some sort of methodology to return his relationship to an earlier state where a previously passionate woman couldn't keep her hands off of him. 6 months into a comfortable familiarity and the thrill is gone. But in truth, it's the genuine desire that is gone. It's often at this stage that a man will resort to negotiation. Sometimes this can be as subtle as him progressively doing things for her in hopes that she'll reciprocate with the same sexual fervor that they used to have. So this is where you see women like Katy Perry on that podcast saying that her husband has to do chores in order to get her to have sex with him. She is not actually attracted to him, and so he has to negotiate the attraction. Other times, a married couple may go to counseling to resolve their issues and negotiate terms for her sexual compliance. He'll promise to do the dishes and a load of laundry more in exchange for her feigned sexual interest in him. Yet, no matter what terms are offered, no matter how great an external effort he makes so deserving of reward, the genuine desire is not there for her. In fact, she feels worse for not having the desire after such efforts were made for her compliance. Negotiated desire only ever leads to obligated compliance. This is why her post-negotiation sexual response is so often lackluster and the source of even further frustration on his part. She may be more sexually available to him, but the half-hearted experience is never the same when they first met and there was no negotiation, just spontaneous desire for each other. From a male perspective, and particularly that of an uninitiated beta male, negotiation of desire seems like a rational solution to the problem. Men tend to innately rely on deductive reasoning, otherwise known as an if-then logic stream. The code is something like this. I need sex, plus women have the sex I want, plus query women ask women about their conditions for sex, plus meet their prerequisites for sex equals the sex I want. So this is also when men try to qualify to women for their lists. They're essentially, even though women will sleep with broke musicians, personal trainers, men that don't have anything together, right? Okay, so make it make sense. It's simple economics, but built on a foundation that relies on a woman's accurate self-evaluations. The genuine desire they used to experience at the onset of their relationship was predicted upon a completely unknown set of variables. Overtly communicating a desire for reciprocal desire creates obligation and sometimes even ultimatums. Genuine desire is something a person can come to or be led to on their own volition. You can force a woman by threat to comply with behaving in a desired manner, but you cannot make her want to behave that way. A prostitute will F you for an exchange. It doesn't mean that she wants to. Whether a long-term relationship or one-night stands, strive for genuine desire in your relationships. Half of the battle is knowing you want to be with a woman who wants to please you, not one who feels obligated to. You will never draw this genuine desire from her by overt means, but you can covertly lead her to this genuine desire. The trick is provoking real desire and keeping her ignorant of your intent to provoke it. Real desire is created by her thinking it's something she wants, not something she has to do. So I think the most important sentence here is that genuine desire is when women want to listen to you or they want to please you, not that they feel like they have to. Now, why is this important? Because there is a debate going on Twitter right now. And the question is, women feel genuine desire for a very small percentage of men. It's rare. So what do we do as a society moving forward? Do women compromise on their type and marry men they're not attracted to And as a man, do you want a woman to marry you if she's not attracted to you? The reason I ask this is because, and she's been on the show,
so excited.
There's a woman named Lori talking about how she did not initially have genuine desire for her husband, but they stuck it out, and now they've been happily married for years.
When I first met him, I won't tell you how he was dressed or anything because I don't want to embarrass him, but I was not attracted physically to him. But there weren't those butterflies and the things that I thought should be there with a man that I was supposedly in love with. And he said to me, "How would you like to be Mrs. Alexander?" And I said, "Sure." That was it. No ring, no going on his knee, no, nothing, And I wasn't that excited though. And we argued a lot about everything. We didn't get along that great. I felt like he stole my joy. I don't know what was wrong with me. And so I went on my wedding day and, none of those butterflies and excitement. I'd go to my bridal showers and none of that. It was just like this emptiness to me. It's like, why don't I have that in me? I don't like this. I want to have butterflies and so excited. But we discussed that divorce would never be in our vocabulary. So we got married. And the first 20 years were rough because I was still critical. So now that I've been married almost 44 years, I can tell you women that love is not an emotion. That is a really shaky, unstable ground to build your marriage upon. So anyway, women, remember, just because you've maybe lost the butterflies and the emotions and the feelings for your husband, that's not love. Well, I'm going to be going to church soon, and I will learn in silence with all submission.
Okay, so I listen to this and I don't hear anything that's innately wrong, right? We don't want divorce. Divorce is bad for children. Most men or most women cannot marry men that they're attracted to. There are just not enough to go around. When we look at who women select for sex, there are simply not enough. So the question is to men, would you be happy with this kind of marriage? Some men may say yes, some men may say no. Now, on the other hand, this is a New York Post article, and this is a marriage that's built on genuine desire. So again, what you get with a lot of marriages in the church is obligated compliance because they're not doing it because they want to, but because they're obligated to. I'm not saying that's right or that's wrong. I'm just saying that's two different types of marriages. So Goldie Hawn's secret to a 4-decade relationship with Kurt Russell: good sex. Goldie Hawn has a simple secret for why her 4-decade relationship with Kurt Russell continues to be a success: good sex. Because sex is something that connects you and creates more belonging. People who have healthy sexual relationships usually last longer. But it's not just because of the act, it's because of the warmth and the intimacy that it creates. Hawn told E! News at her In Love Gala celebration of the 20th anniversary of the Goldie Hawn Foundation in Mind Up, LA on September 27th. She also quipped, "You have to be nice to each other upon occasion." The couple have been together since 1983, and they initially met on set in 1968 of the one and only genuine original family band. But it would be years until they officially became romantic. They starred in the 1984's Swing Shift before reuniting on screen again in the Jerry Marshall-directed comedy Overboard in 1987. "You know you're not the same person the now and then," Starr explained over the weekend. "You don't think the same way oftentimes, and you have to accept that. But you have to measure, are we having fun, and is this something that we want to do? Do we laugh together? Do we share certain things? You don't have to share everything." The First Wives star continued, "We have a lot of expectation, I think, around relationships, but you have to like the person. That's very important." Hawn, 78, and Russell, 73, have never married, but are parents of the actor Wyan Russell, 38. Kurt also welcomed son Boston Russell with the ex-wife, Season Hubley, and Sean is the mom of actors Olivia and Kate Hudson, who she had with musician Bill Hudson. Kurt also spoke about their relationship while they attended the event on Friday. Most people have been together for a long time and I think share one thing in common. And that is after many years together, you will have experienced just about everything there is to experience together and understand all the ups and the downs of just what it means. I love the fact that we met and we're still doing it. We like being together. So you have one school of thought that says, even if the feelings aren't there, you stay together and you are obligated to listen to your husband. And on the other hand, a lot of people would see this as shallow, right? They would say, well, it's just sex. But if there's no sex, what makes it different? That you might as well just have a friendship. So it's two different schools of thought, right? And I'm not saying one's right or wrong. I'm just explaining them.